Hey friends, so fun to be talking to you today. If you are just checking this video out because you're thinking about joining us at South Fellowship on a Sunday morning, my name's Alex, I'm one of the pastors here, and I'm sharing some exciting news, or actually resharing some exciting news. On Sunday morning last week, I shared that we'd be moving from doing 2 services on Sunday morning to just 1 service at 10 o'clock with kids ministry at 10 o'clock too. Now that's kind of a counterintuitive move for us. We've been a growing community these last few years, adding in new families, seeing people find Jesus here. That's an exciting season to be in. So it's kind of counterintuitive to go back to doing 1 service. And it feels fairly full when we do it. And I wanted to make sure we all understood why we were doing that in that season. So in June, we decided during our Vision series in August, we would spend 3 weeks to do community together. Now, we have this wide community. We have our food bank that's South Community. We have Celebrate Recovery, our other classes that are South Community. Small groups all over the community that are South Community. But we have our Sunday morning gatherings too, and we decided we would gather as 1 people for Sunday morning to hear where we're going as a church. We did that with no intention of carrying it on into the future. But independent to that, there's been this kind of question rumbling in my mind for maybe the last, almost as long as I've been with South, nearly 3 years. The question has been, how healthy are we as a community? And maybe that question has been raised by some things I've heard some of you say, maybe some reflections. In actual fact, 3 specific things. 1, there's been this sense of losing friends, community members, because of maybe a shift in theological position of the church over the years. Maybe there's a loss of, as a second one, maybe it's the loss of community members because we changed lead pastor. We had a lead pastor leave and a new person come, and a fairly big gap in between. And thirdly, there's the thing that we all know, whether you've been at South for a while or not, there's the shifts of COVID, of people who used to do church saying, I just don't do it anymore. People who just never came back. And so it's raised this question, almost this unspoken question of, who do I do community with? There's been this uncertainty there. And so as new people have come, I've wondered, are we inviting them into something healthy? Are they getting to know people? Are people getting to know them? We have this vision pathway that says we're creating environments that feel like coming home. That's for the outsider, the marginalized, the people that don't yet know Jesus. But it's also for our community. We want people to feel that sense of you belong here. You belong to something. And so what became apparent as we spent those 3 weeks together, just as 1 community on Sunday mornings, was that we could fit in. It was tight at times, but we could make it work. And as I began to think and pray, I just had this question of, would this be a thing that brought dramatic health to this community, to be able to know who you do worship, who you do church with on a Sunday morning? That, I thought, might just be a great gift to this community. Now, I wanted to check that wasn't just a me thing. I didn't want just a bigger crowd to talk to on Sunday morning. Didn't want Aaron, our worship pastor, to be able to sing with a larger community of people. But really at its heart, it wasn't those things. It was the health thing, the knowing each other thing that was driving this conversation all along. So in a conversation with Aaron and with Andrea Jones and Steve Schroeder, our lead staff team, and then a conversation with elders, we started to unpack this and we decided we were going to jump on this opportunity that we felt God was presenting to us. So we're excited in this next season to be able to worship together as 1 community in 1 space. Kids ministry will happen at 10 a.m. like it used to at both our 2 services. But we're going to have this time of growing together. And what I think will happen over this season is this. We're going to find we become healthier, yes, but you and I become more and more excited about our church community. We're going to start inviting friends and neighbors and saying, come in and experience what God is doing here. And at some point down the line, who knows when, maybe 6 months, a year, my guess is we'll have to go back to 2 services. There will just be too much fullness here, too much health here. But that's not now, that's then. And in this season, as we gather as 1 people, I'm so excited to worship with you, 10 a.m. every Sunday morning. So see you then. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.